Hey guys, so updates about my intermittent fasting mostly today. It's all right, actually. I'm really starving hungry when I wake up. So today I woke up at 8:30 and I'm beginning to sleep longer and more thoroughly. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still getting up in the night, but I'm going to work on that. I'm to go to the loo, I mean, I don't know if that's because I'm of a certain age. I don't know if everybody does that. I don't know if that's because I'm struggling to keep enough water down during the day because of my medication. I'm not sure, but I will be addressing that. But the point is, I sleep better. I sleep more comfortably. I am more relaxed about sleeping. Do you see what I mean? I'm not so anxious about getting to sleep, and I'm actually very tired at bedtime, which is really good. I am going to start doing the isometric exercises just before bed because I think they're going to be really helpful to help me relax. And remember, what I'm trying to do here is a holistic approach to overall general health, mental health, and, of course, physical health. I'm trying to cut my medication a bit, and I'm trying to lean up and increase my strength so that my arthritis is more manageable. So I've got quite a lot. It's a big, tall order, actually, isn't it? It's quite a lot of work to do. But I've started with intermittent fasting, and I think I'm about a week in now. And I'm very, very pleased with how it's going. I do wake up ravenous, and the idea of doing this podcast actually first thing in the morning is really, really good because it does occupy me. So I've already been in the music room and I've done my free ringtone, which is great. That takes about half an hour. I do a little bit of tweaking of whatever, my YouTube or whatever. Then I do my broadcast. And I was just thinking there about how cool it is to have a really solid distraction while your tummy's getting all hungry. I've had a coffee. I can't get up and not have anything. I mean, that would be unbearable. So the coffee takes about 40 minutes because you make it and then it's quite hot and you have to let it cool. And do you see what I mean? And all these things you kind of do. Check your emails. I mean, if you're into social media, you can check all your social media. I'm not. But unless you call YouTube a social media, but I haven't actually been on my YouTube yet. Last night I did a lot of stuff before bedtime on the computer, which I'm against heavily. I don't think that's a good idea. I think you really need to put the computer away, and all your, these other things that sort of they're not holistically beneficial in terms of getting your mind going last thing at night. You really want to empty your mind. So we'll be doing some meditative stuff late at night, working with my music therapy, which it's absolutely lovely. But I just think if we have a little 5-minute slot every night, we can listen to it, we can have a little chat, say, talk about maybe some relaxation techniques and other things. There are lots of things we can do that don't involve, financial burdens or having to go around and hunt stuff. I mean, they're really easy. The thing with self-hypnosis and music therapy and the isometrics that I'm doing, all of these things are really doable for all of us. Do you see what I'm saying? So they're not, you don't have to try too hard. So I'm going to be doing the music therapy just before bedtime, just a little 10-minute show that can really, help us understand how to connect and how to find that sleep hygiene method that is going to work for us. And I really do think that works for me. I find that going on the computer, looking at a screen, the bright screen, activates the mind, and perhaps you see somebody, or perhaps somebody's left a comment, and now you're involved in it. Even if you don't want to be involved in it, you are actually involved in it, and that's dangerous at bedtime. Really, really dangerous. What we're looking for at bedtime is to be really, really calm. So you'll be able to get those over on my website or on my YouTube. What I'll do is I'll set up a YouTube playlist today called Bedtime, and I'll be doing these broadcasts each night. I think that's going to be really useful. So you just go to the playlist and you just say play all, and you'll hear me droning on. And, you know, when you hear somebody droning on, it encourages sleep, darlings, doesn't it? Let's face it. I mean, you might be feeling tired now, even this early in the morning. So yes, back to this sort of not eating. Having an empty tummy when you've got any sort of reflux or heartburn issues, which is pretty much 50% of the population after 50, is such a peaceful way to, you know, calm your body down, your gut. And your gut is so linked with your brain. So this absence of food drama, you know, there's nothing churning around. Just water, you know, that's really, really helpful as well. So it's just this in the morning. Now I stop eating at 6 o'clock now. 6 o'clock is about, you know, it's best for, you know, you can, if you're eating with family, I mean, you might want to do it till 7 and then extend your 16-hour fast. I'm doing a 16-hour fast. 16 off and 8 on. Okay, so I have to get all my calories in and I have to get all my protein in. But I tell you what, guys, I'm about 300 calories less than I was because I was having those 300 calories after sort of 6. Do you see, snacking? So that's been really good for me as well. So I can see that this is going to make me a bit leaner. And I have to be lean and fit and healthy because I've launched my new TV channel on OnlyFans. There's nothing there yet, so don't get excited. But that's going to be a very lovely, sophisticated channel. I'll be talking about supplements. I'll be giving reviews. I'll be doing exercises with my rubber ball, isometrics. I love this rubber ball. My mum gave it to me, actually. It's quite a small rubber ball, a bit, I suppose the size of a football, actually. And it's just squidgy. And we're going to be using that today for isometric training. And I will endeavour to get a film up. It takes a long time to set a channel up, so I don't want to rush it. I want it to, you know, I'm concerned about, because the thing with OnlyFans is there are a lot of people on there who are, it's much more glamour based. And I want to avoid that. I want to make sure everybody knows that they're here for fitness. But of course it is about glamour, because fitness and glamour, I'm not talking about salacious sort of, you know, pornographic glamour. I'm talking about being a glamorous woman or a glamorous grandma or a glamorous granddad. You know, how do we keep fit and healthy? And there is a lot of pressure. And I was talking to my daughter yesterday, actually, who gets really annoyed about it all because, you know, she doesn't think we should be pressurised. Well, the difference between health and sort of, you know, trying to keep up with looking young is that health is about whatever age you're at, you're in peak fitness for that age. So, you know, the 60 plus sort of fitness regime is not the same as the 20 plus regime. We're not interested, well, I would hope that my audience isn't interested in, you know, looking 20 and being sexually objectified. That's not what it's about at all. So I want to make that clear from the onset, actually. But, you know, so I need to work out on ways that I can be, make sure that my clients know that they're not there for that. And that might be difficult, but it might not. It might be really easy. We shall see, won't we? So you're not going to get glamour-style photography on there, but you will get my tattoos because I'm very proud of them, obviously. But I'm going to be tattooing live on my show, so that if you're interested in that, that'll be quite exciting too. I'll be doing lots and lots of tattoo chat. So yeah, really exciting, isn't it? I'm really going to recommend intermittent fasting, even if it's just for a week. But there are other ways you can do it. You can do it so that you eat your normal calories, your normal day, whatever, 5 days a week. And then for the last 2, you only have 500 calories on those last 2 days. I just thought, no, that's mouse feed. There's no way I could do that. I prefer to set my habitual eating habits and stick to that. And for me, it's much easier not to eat after 6. Do you see what I'm saying? Because that's what you do every day. I wouldn't be able to live off 500 calories. I'd be ravenous and dying. But some people may prefer that. And there are other ways of doing it. You don't have to wait, stop at 6. You could stop at 7 and start at 9 in the morning. That's still giving your body a lovely time, 15 hours to, is that 15 hours or 14? My math is terrible. But, it's up to you how you do this. It's entirely up to you. You want to feel confident that you can do it. You want to feel comfortable while you're doing it. Now, I rather like this. I love the lack of food at night. I'm not struggling with that at all, although I do I avoid going into the kitchen. But what I do is I have a sort of, I make sure my head knows my last meal and sort of celebrates it in my inner clock. And I think, I'm going to really enjoy this around 6. And then I know. And then when I have that little peckish feeling around 9, I go and make a herb tea, ginger, something spicy, something just to satisfy those taste buds a bit, do you see? And it really works for me. And in the morning, I've got to sort out the cat litter, for example, which I'll do in a minute. I've got to do my podcast, and I have to do my ringtone. Before you know it, it's 10 o'clock. It's time for a big old breakfast, guys. So very excited about my new regime, and it's working for me. And I hope you join me in my journey, because it's going to be great fun. I'll be doing lots of cooking. Well, no, I won't be cooking, actually. I'll be putting things in the microwave. Things that, poached fish, for example, things like that. Just things that barely have any fat or calories in them. Are really, really easy to do. Because, of course, the other thing with being over 60, perhaps you're 70, perhaps you're 80, perhaps you're 90, perhaps you're a little infirm. We can't expect a person who's not firm to be jogging, to be, doing the treadmill, to be cooking great big fancy dinners. It might be that you can only manage a microwave. But my show's also going to be really good for people who've got injury, whiplash. We're doing exercises for, people who've broken their bones, etc., etc. What the wonderful thing about isometrics is that they're brilliant for, basically it's physiotherapy, guys. It's what your physiotherapist would tell you after an injury. So there we go. That's it for this morning. What can I say? Exciting times ahead, isn't it?